Let me hit you with some numbers that should terrify you. Global debt just hit $338 trillion in 2025. That's $337.7 trillion to be exact. Over $21 trillion was added in just the first half of this year alone. But here's what nobody's telling you. This isn't just some abstract financial concept. This debt crisis is coming for your paycheck, your savings, and your future. Let me show you exactly how. Here's the breakdown. Total global debt now sits at 235% of world GDP. The United States alone holds $18.59 trillion in household debt as of Q3 2025, a new record high that jumped $197 billion in just one quarter. Break that down per person. The average American now carries $104,755 in total debt. Mortgages average $258,214. Auto loans sit at $24,596. Credit cards are at $6,735. HELOC debt jumped 9% in 1 year as people borrow against their homes just to stay afloat. Meanwhile, China is sitting on a debt time bomb. Their total debt to GDP ratio could be as high as 350 to 400% when you factor in hidden debt. They just announced $1.4 trillion program and refinance local government debt. But analysts estimate their actual hidden debt problem is closer to $12 to $19 trillion. And globally, sovereign bond insurance hit a record $17 trillion in 2025. Emerging markets face $3.2 trillion in bond redemptions by the end of this year. This is a liquidity crisis in slow motion. So how does this affect you specifically? First, liquidity. When global debt spirals out of control, central banks tighten lending standards. The Federal Reserve just injected $125 billion into banks over 5 days in early November because liquidity was freezing up. When banks get scared, they stop lending. When they stop lending, businesses can't expand. When businesses can't expand, they cut costs. And the first cost they cut? Jobs. Second, inflation. To service this debt, governments print money. That $338 trillion doesn't just disappear. It dilutes the value of every dollar you earn. Your salary might stay the same, but your purchasing power crashes. Core CPI is still hovering around 3%, well above the Fed's 2% target. Third, opportunity costs. If you're working a traditional W-2 job, you're 100% exposed to one income stream that's controlled by someone else's debt problems. When companies face margin pressure from higher interest rates and reduced consumer spending, you are the expense they eliminate. The average American consumer already feels squeezed. Credit card balances are rising, delinquencies are climbing, and job market confidence is failing. This isn't theory. This is happening right now. So what's the move? Entrepreneurship, multiple income streams, assets you control. Here's what the data shows. The global side hustle economy was valued at $556.7 billion in 2024. Over 36% of Americans now have a side gig, earning an average of $530 per month. But that's just the beginning. Passive income strategies are exploding. Affiliate marketing alone is now an $18.5 billion industry with over 80% of businesses incorporating it into their strategy. Digital products, courses, templates, ebooks are generating income with near zero marginal costs. E-commerce automation through platforms like Shopify lets you build systems that generate revenue 24/7. The entrepreneurs who understand this aren't just building side hustles. They're building parallel income streams that are insulated from debt crisis. When your income comes from multiple sources, affiliate commissions, digital products, rental income, automated e-commerce, you're not vulnerable to one employer's debt problems. Real estate investors are leveraging low-interest debt strategically to acquire cash-flowing assets. Content creators are building personal brands that can't be laid off. E-commerce operators are using AI and automation to scale without adding labor costs. Here's your action plan based on the data. 1. Understand that $338 trillion of a global debt problem isn't going away. It's getting worse. Position yourself accordingly. 2. Build at least one income stream outside your W-2 this year. Whether it's affiliate marketing, digital products, e-commerce, or service-based business, start building. 3. Invest in assets that generate cash flow, not just appreciation. When liquidity dries up, cash flow is king. 4. Use automation and AI to scale your time. The average side hustle makes $530 per month because they're trading hours. Entrepreneurs using systems and automation are 10xing that number. The global debt bomb is ticking. Your traditional income is more vulnerable than you think, but the tools to build parallel income streams have never been more accessible. The question is, will you use them before the liquidity crisis forces your hand? The numbers don't lie. $338 trillion in debt, $18.59 trillion in U.S. household debt, and your income is sitting right in the blast radius. Build your exit strategy now.